any so-called super expert, super duper person with, in autism field will not be able to do half as much justice to your kid as you would, because you know the child at the back of your hand. We need to treat every kid same. So all of us improve when we work with a kid on the autism spectrum. Our skills improve, our attitudes improve, everything about us gets better and better. Here, Sashant Empowering Lives, yet another video, yet another power-packed week, and let's go. आजकल जनरेशन Gen Z बोलते हैं ना, Gen Z कैसे बात करती है? मेरा छोटा वाला let's go हर चीज में. So मैंने उससे सीखा है, ये बड़ा inspirational है. Let's go. Okay. So for all the new people who don't know who I am, my name is Rajni. I'm a special educator, now 18 years of work experience, and 21-year-old handsome young adult with autism, autistic adult. Like, I don't like to go by these norms. Don't call them autistic, call them people with autism. Yeah, same thing, doesn't matter. Yeah, both of them are workable. You just have to work on it in the right way rather than focusing on the jargon. So, 21-year-old handsome young autistic dude, my son, yeah, working in another city, living independently, earning for himself, chilling out, man. Yeah, so that's a little bit of explanation. For the older people, you'll be like, every time she's bragging about her kid. Yeah, every time. Yeah, I mean, I have to. I continue to breathe the brag, yeah? Yeah, I deserve it, isn't it? Yeah? Just on a happy and humorous note, just to let all of you know, this is possible. It's very much possible. You need to have the right strategies that help the autistic child understand. And it's not just about my son. So, 18,000 plus students worldwide onto various programs of ours, books, a lot of stuff happening around this. We teach autism parenting, and we teach parents the fact that if you are not in the driver's seat, man, this ain't working for you, really. Because the child spends the maximum time with you. Yeah? And by default, you know the child the way you do. Any so-called super expert, super duper person with, in autism field will not be able to do half as much justice to your kid as you would, because you know the child at the back of your hand. What you don't know is strategies, and that is what the Sashakt grand scheme of things is. My son is super successful because his mother is just as trained as a special educator. Both of them are the same. Yeah? So the mother listens to a special educator, cooperates fully, and the special educator gets the help of the trained mother, because both of them are the same. And that's what we teach. Learn how to handle autism so that you can do maximum justice to your child and be a partner to your special educator outside, so that together 1 and 1 is 11. Yeah? So, what's today's topic? Today's topic is best inclusion practices for children on the autism spectrum. What are the best practices of inclusive schools for children on the autism spectrum? Yeah? So the first best practice is, and this is where it starts, inclusion means opening your heart. Yeah? Saying yes to this one and saying yes to that one. Inclusion is not something superficial. Okay, bring him to the class, sit him down. We don't have resource. We don't have trainers. We'll see what we can do. That's not inclusion. Inclusion is, okay, I have this one. What am I going to do? Let me find out. Because justice has to happen to this fellow, and justice has to happen to this fellow as well. That's true inclusion, opening your heart. Not having the need to talk about inclusion actually, in the true sense of it, is inclusion. A kid is a kid is a kid. That's it. A kid is a boy or a girl is later. Similarly, a kid is neurotypical or neurodiverse is later. So today, if you see, there is 100% inclusion for girl child in a school. They don't say, oh, we have these many boys and we're doing with these many girls also. They don't say that. Yeah, they say, yeah, we have 2,000 students in our school. That's all. That's inclusion. You don't have to separately. But with autism, it's like, yeah, we have a special needs department, We cater to 30 children. They on the autism spectrum. That's not inclusion. You've not opened your heart. Because if you put that example in the girl and boy thingy, you say we have these many students. Period. Yeah? So, first inclusion is saying yes at a heart level to the kid and saying, let me see how best can I teach this one. Yeah? Given this one's condition, let me understand. Some of the best examples of inclusion come from people who least know autism. So, I was working with Sawai Mansingh Vidyalaya way back 2012, and as head of department, I went to the Bal Vatika, the little children's section, and I saw there, what I saw took my heart. This teacher over there, she was a regular mainstream chote bachon ki teacher, a little kids teacher, and she had this one kid up her lap, you call Godi in Hindi. So she was having him in her embrace. What's the right word in English? So Godi leke rakha tha, like this, yeah? And she's teaching. And I went inside and I smiled, and she was suddenly taken aback. Like as if, I will scold her that what is this nonsense? We don't touch children, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. But thankfully, I don't think like that. So I looked at her and I smiled and I said, this is interesting. And she said, ma'am, he's hyperactive, he runs. I want him to focus on what I'm teaching because he's very intelligent. I couldn't find any other way, so I got him like this. And while I'm teaching and I'm telling him, you repeat to the children. So he's doing ka, at, cat. I thought that was the most fantastic way of teaching. That she's taken him so close to the board, she's not worried about the rules. Yeah? Well, she is a little bit. She's scared when she saw me that if I report or something. But she's broken the rules innovatively for the benefit of the child. That is inclusion. She has no idea about autism. It's a mainstream thingy. That time we had just started. It was just, I think, about a week. And teachers had to be given training, and I was visiting every class to see what was going on. And I see this super dedicated teacher who's got this kid up her back, and she was known for such things, that she would ensure the kid learns. So the best practice is inclusion has to happen at the heart and say, let me see how's this kid going to learn. Rather than using the school rules and policies as something to actually thwart the process. Yeah? Oh, actually, you know what? We have this process, we have this policy, we can't touch the child, so we can't take him Godi. Oh. Yeah. What is the intent? The intent is to avoid taking responsibility, and you're glib talking and you're covering it with something. Excuse me. So, first is inclusion at the heart. Yeah? And it's very individual. So, it requires it requires sensitization. Yeah? Not customization. I just said that word. It requires sensitization and customization to the impact that it has to go to each teacher. Yeah. So sensitization at the senior level, at the board level in the school, that we need to treat every kid same. So it's not fake. It's genuine and authentic. The second best practice is, after this first one, no. If this is in place, no. Everything else will fall in place. Because I don't have to tell you, you'll find out. If you are a school head or somebody listening to me, and you resonate with my thought, you will yourself find out what else can I do for this kid. But yeah, the next best practice is structure the environment. If the kid is going to look outside the window, yeah, at the moving leaf from the tree, or a chidiya, or somebody passing by, don't make this child sit next to a distraction source. Okay? The next one is, don't make the child sit at a corner from where the child can go like a rocket in Diwali. Yeah? Make the child sit in a between with two children here and two here. Abhi move. The child can't move. Yeah? Then give the child very crystal clear, crisp instructions. Put a dot. You start here, you end here. Make more eye contact. I've had schools, I've had this interaction with schools where the lady is saying, the teacher is saying, no names again, the teacher is saying, I have to be doing justice to every kid. Why I will always make this one sit in the front seat? Others also have to sit in the front seat. Hello, excuse me, this is grade 3. They are neurotypical. They will understand from second seat and third seat and fourth seat. This kid has autism, for Christ's sake, stop. No, I cannot make this kid all the time sit here. We have to be giving equal opportunity to everybody. That's not inclusion. You are trying to glib talk it. You are trying to cover it. Whereas deep down you are very secluded. You want to get rid of this kid because he's going to cause trouble. Opposite of inclusion, not to be done. Yeah. So sit them close to the source of the board. Let's say source of information, the board, the teacher, and the teacher can be more playful with every kid. Otherwise, little children, it happened once with me. They're charging at me. You do this with him, you don't do this with him. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. And then I started doing the same tomfoolery with everybody because little children will understand. Yeah. So ruffle the hair, talk to another kid. So say for example, if Jay autistic in the class, I only use one name because that's my son's name, not using anybody else's. So the teacher is ruffling hair of, hello Shweta, yeah, so this, not hello, like she's doing some lecture, she's saying, yeah, did you understand Shweta? And then she's going and ruffling Nitin's hair, and then she's going and ruffling Jay's hair. What does it take for the teacher to do all of that? It's easy, yeah? So get a little personal and connect with children, look in their eyes, smile, and do the same thing with this kid. Yeah, it takes a village to raise a kid. So all of us improve when we work with a kid on the autism spectrum. Our skills improve, our attitudes improve, everything about us gets better and better. Okay, that's the second best practice. Third is color code for clarity. You want the child to do better, make it that way for every kid. For all you know, there are other children in the class who might have vision issues and parents don't know that they need specs and the parents have still not figured out. And they're making mistakes. Use color coding. It will help other children also. Yeah, so put it in different colored, take the little bit of effort, then underline it. Then you can use a laser pen from a distance to, take it like this. That okay, so that all children can follow well and the autistic child can also follow well. Give responsibilities to the autistic child. Please don't say, autism, get a shadow. And then that's the worst form of inclusion. That's exclusion. Literally, that the shadows with him, she will handle. Not my job, not my job. You are the class teacher, excuse me. Yeah, and you are the class teacher to all 30 of them, including this one. But he has a shadow, so what? That's still your baby, your class. Yeah, that's inclusion. So, include everybody, color code, give responsibility to this child. By means of, okay, telling the shadow, train him that he has to distribute the copies to everybody. So one day give chance to one person, one day give chance to another person. At least the child is engaged in the process. A lot of schools are doing like they are modifying the syllabus, making it smaller and more relevant for the child. Reducing the length of the question paper, the complexity of the question paper, giving the kid one-on-ones, all of that goes without saying, but a little extra support in terms of lots of encouragement, and you can do it to every kid. And more of the times when you are encouraging children, and in the process you are encouraging the special needs kid also. In a nutshell, teachers, a child should look forward to going to their school. Yeah? Happy to go to school because they're going to meet their teacher. To me, as a teacher, that was the biggest reward, irrespective of what it got into my bank. I jumped and smiled with glory when my kids were so looking forward to come to me and their eyes trying to find me like this and smiling and then running. And the parent is saying, they're not looking back at the parent, they're running. Yajini ma'am! So Yajini ma'am is so happy that the kid is in the class. Yeah, that's the best part of inclusion. Open your heart, include every child. Every child is precious, unique, and worthy of being celebrated with or without any special need. Yeah. Hope you found this valuable. And I'm gonna meet you guys in Mumbai. I live in Navi Mumbai. I'm gonna meet you in Mumbai 1st and 2nd of March in an offline event where we'll discuss parenting techniques, behavior correction, language development, and a lot more. So if you're interested, type in the comment box below interested, and my team will connect with you and we'll let you know the venue.